Welcome to Talking Crue, an unofficial Motley Crue podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Humphrey, where I talk all things in the world of Motley Crue. This is episode 58 this week, Vince Neil's Japanese bonus tracks review. But first, this week in Motley news, quite a bit of it. On Monday, Motley Crue kicked off their Hollywood Takeover. On Monday night, they played at the Troubadour, which was really cool. They had the old school stage set up where they had the sheet. They always said back in '81 they used Tommy's bed sheet and they wrote Motley Crue on it. So they had that in the background. That looked freaking awesome. Also, the band showed up at the Troubadour in a big garbage truck. The back of the garbage truck lifted up and the band jumped out. It was really cool looking. Very Motley Crue. Then on Wednesday night they played the Roxy. Again, old school Crue setup, stage setup. They had the little stage thing with the lights on it in front of Tommy's drum kit. They had the big black pentagram backdrop. Again, looked really cool. Love that. And then tonight, they were playing at the Whiskey Go-Go. I'm anxious to see what they bring out this time for this show. And all these shows are sold out. Don't forget about the Charitybuzz.com to bid on the instruments that the band played and the microphones with Vince Neil. The auction goes until October the 22nd. So yeah, it's for a great cause. It goes for the Covenant House to help the homelessness in LA. I think this is absolutely fantastic. The band giving back. I mean, this is why I love this band. What band does this? Nicky's in the news this week. He did an interview for People Magazine website. He talks about the Las Vegas residency from the past and what can you expect this time. This is the part that really caught my eye. He's talking about doing different set lists and trying not to play the same songs at these shows, and they got the catalog to do it. Now, I know they're not going to play anything off of MC94. Vince will not do it at all. But, I mean, you got New Tattoo. So, and Tommy did play White Punk's on Dope on the Stadium tour. So, it's a possibility. I can't wait to see the set list and the stage for this. Plus, he talks a whole lot more. I will post this in the comment section down below and on the Talking Crue Facebook page. Motley Crue are selling the Hollywood Takeover merchandise at Motley.com, the shop. They're selling some new t-shirts and really cool looking stuff. There's a shirt that I really, really want. It's got all 4 members of the band on it, and then the listings of the Hollywood Takeover shows on the back. But I did notice, and kind of keep an eye out on it, there's like this little crossbar at the top. It says something about some of the shippings may be delayed because of the hurricane that came in, I guess 2 weeks ago now. It hit the southeast really hard, especially upper East Tennessee where I live. I'm kind of on the outskirts of it. But North Carolina and South Carolina are still dealing with stuff even today. So my thoughts and prayers go out to those people. But yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that little crossbar to go away, or maybe ask for it for Christmas. But yeah. So yeah, before you order, look at that, and just in case. Motley Crue is selling the Too Fast for Love Leather Records Edition and different colored vinyls at the concerts. So at the Roxy show, it was blue vinyl. Tonight at the Whiskey, it's pink vinyl and yellow vinyl at the Troubadour show. Speaking of vinyl, on Record Store Day, Black Friday, I kind of mentioned this towards the end of last week's episode. They will release the Dr. Feelgood 35th anniversary 7-inch single box set. All 5 Motley Crue singles off of the Dr. Feelgood album will be on vinyl by itself, and they all have different colors. So like Dr. Feelgood will be green vinyl, Kickstart My Heart will be white vinyl, Without You will be in red, Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away is yellow, and Same Old Situation will be clear vinyl. And then yesterday, John Corabi's in the news. He did an unboxing of the new Dead Daisies album, Light 'Em Up. Plus, he did a Q&A for the fans. I took part of this. He talked about collecting vinyls himself. He talked about buying the Grand Funk Railroad's We're American Band album, Bob Seger's Greatest Hits. He talked about other bands as well. It was really cool to hear. He talked about recording this album, Light 'Em Up. In fact, they've already recorded their next album, which just comes out next year. It's going to be a blues album. He said they did both of those albums in less than 23 days. That's just freaking, that's freaking insane. Plus, he talked a whole lot more. He did answer one of my questions. I asked him which song was the easiest to record and which song was the hardest. He said the easiest was Back to Zero, and the hardest, I kind of threw him for a loop. But he said My Way and the Highway. He said there's a lot of words in that song, and it kind of messed him up. But yeah, so thank you, John Corabi, for answering the questions. That was really cool. And that's it in Motley news. Like I said, a lot of it. This is episode 58, Vince Neil Japanese bonus tracks review. This week, on this week's episode, I'm just going to continue on with the Vince Neil series. I started it with episode 54, Vince Neil Exposed album. Episode 55 was Vince Neil live in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 1993. Episode 56 was Vince Neil's second solo album, Carved in Stone. And last week was episode 57, Vince Neil Live at the Whiskey One Night Only album review. So now on this week, I'm going to talk about his bonus tracks off the first 2 solo albums. They both got Japanese bonus tracks. Each album got 2 of them. All 4 songs are cover songs. So let's get started on this. So off the first album, Exposed, there are 2 songs, like I said. The song number 1, or I should say bonus track number 1, is a song called Blondes Have More Fun. Easy for me to say. It's a Rod Stewart song. Now here's the problem. I can find 3 out of the 4 of these songs. This is the one that I cannot find anywhere. I can't find it on YouTube or Apple Tunes or Spotify or anything. I cannot find this song. So if you have this song, write me a comment down below. Tell me what you think about it. I like Rod Stewart's version, but that album is more famous for Do You Think I'm Sexy, which again, I love that song. A lot of people took it way too serious. They was talking about himself. It's, if you really listen to the verses, he's telling a story about a couple. It's not him. Alright, so back to this show, the Motley show. Alright, so the second bonus track is I Wanna Be Sedated. It's a cover song of the Ramones, which comes off their album Road to Ruin back in 1978. This song just fits right in. Vince's vocals are freaking fantastic. Great lyrics, catchy chorus. This song just freaking rocks. It's so freaking good. I Want to Be Sedated. Now, before I go any further, I meant to mention I will post these songs in the comments section down below and on the Talking Crue Facebook page. So in case you haven't heard these, you need to check them out. So that ends Carved in Stone. The bonus tracks off of Exposed, off of Carved in Stone. There are 2 songs. Okay, so bonus track number 1 is Lust for Life. It's a cover song of Iggy Pop, which comes off his album, the same name, Lust for Life, which came out in 1977. This one starts off with a fantastic drum beat by Vicky Fox, then kicks right in. Brent Wood's guitar sound is great. Vince's vocals are outstanding on this. Great lyrics and chorus. Fantastic guitar solo by Brent. This song rocks. I love it. Lust for Life. And then we get to the last bonus track, and this is 25 or 624. It's a cover song by the band Chicago, which comes off of their album, self-titled Chicago, back in 1970. Before I go really into this song, Chicago is a hit maker. I mean, I remember in the 80s they were still making hit songs, growing up listening to them. But this song right here, 25 or 624, is my all-time favorite Chicago song. So when I saw that Vince covered this, I had to listen to it, and I listened to it over and over and over again. And when I was putting this episode together, I was listening to it over and over and over again. So it starts off with some great guitar playing and drumming. Vince's vocals are amazing on this. Brent Woods shines on this. His freaking guitar playing is absolutely amazing. The part where in Chicago they play the horns, Brent replaces it with some great guitar work. Absolutely freaking fantastic. Fantastic lyrics and chorus. This song just rocks. Again, it's so freaking good. If you've never heard this, definitely check this out. Go listen to the Chicago version and then listen to this, because it's just really great. Vince put his stamp on this. This is really great. So that's it of the bonus tracks. So homework this week. Have you heard any of these before? And what are your thoughts on these? Again, the 3 out of the 4 that I can hear, I love it. I think it's great. It just shows you that Vince listens to everything out there. Alright, and that's it for this week. Next week I'm going to continue on with the Vince Neil series with episode 59, VH1 special remaking Vince Neil. Now, that's a TV special, reality TV show that he did. I'm going to talk about that next week. If you know anybody that's a Motley Crue fan, likes to talk about Motley Crue, hear about Motley Crue, send them this way. Hit that share button, copy the link, and send it to them. Tell them to go on Google, Firefox, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, type in Talking Crue. All the episodes will pop up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button yourself. Give me a thumbs up. That helps out the podcast a whole lot. I want to thank everybody who's joined the Talking Crue, either through YouTube, Facebook, or Spotify. Welcome aboard. We're not even close to being done. We're just really starting to get into a groove now. And everybody who's gave me thumbs ups, I really appreciate that as well. And everybody who checked out the bonus episode last Friday, the Motley Crue Canceled EP review. Thank you so much for doing that as well. And that's it for this week. I will see you guys next Friday. And you just took a ride on the wild side.